Hey there, this is Christa Harbridge with My Living Organized. We design custom closets and organizational storage systems for people who are tired of clutter and who want to regain control of their otherwise out of control, disorganized lives. There are three common challenges that I hear from people on a daily basis in terms of what they struggle with most in keeping their homes organized. They've got too much stuff. They feel as though they don't have enough time to do what they got to do to organize that stuff, and they just feel so overwhelmed by everything that's got to happen and all the clutter that's invaded their households and has invaded their mental sanity that they just can't seem to muster the motivation to do anything at all. If that sounds like you, you'll want to keep watching. This is part one of a four-part series on organization, and in this video I'd like to share with you 5 secrets of highly organized people. Are you ready for this? Have you got a pen and paper handy? Because you might want it. Secret number 1 of highly organized people. They take every big task and break it down into smaller projects and attainable goals. And each project might take 20 minutes or an hour or 2 hours, because God knows when you have children, you only have a window of 20 minutes or an hour to get something done. So break all your projects down. And when you're tackling a project, only focus on that project at hand. Do not worry about all the other stuff that needs to happen. Just focus on completing that one task. Now here's a good visualization trick for you. Picture all of your projects, or each project, or even each life issue as a tire. Now what happens when you allow yourself to get overwhelmed by everything is you're stacking your tires on top of each other into this huge tall tower of tires, and you're standing in the middle of them feeling totally overwhelmed, allowing yourself to get consumed by everything that needs to happen and all the issues and the projects all around you. Don't allow yourself to go there. That is not a happy place to be. So what do? You separate your tires. Imagine a huge, expansive, beautiful green lush field, and take each of your tire and place them individually across that field. Now when you step back to take a look at all the things that need to happen, no longer are you feeling overwhelmed and consumed. You're taking a look at things, and everything seems a lot more manageable. So try that out. Hopefully that will work for you. Secret number 2 of highly organized people. They don't allow themselves to hoard. You will most likely find 4 items in a highly organized person's home. The stuff they love, the stuff they really, really like, the stuff they need, and the things they use fairly regularly. Now, you will not find anything that they're holding on to in the off chance that maybe possibly they might need it in 4, 5, 6 years from now. No. They vote those things off the island long time ago. They do not create the space for those items in their home. You know what organized people think? They think, okay, well, if I'm going to need this in 4, 5, 6 years from now, I will buy it, or I'll borrow it, or I'll rent it. I am not going to create the space for them in my home. Organized people are also very good with purging. So some people do this on a regular basis, and other people do it 4 times a year, twice a year, whatever the case is, but they're always getting rid of things that are no longer being used, or getting rid of things that they have too much of. If you have 5 of the same things in your home and that's really unnecessary, well, an organized person will say, okay, I just need 1 or 2 of these things and let's donate the rest. Organized people also are fabulous at discarding items once they've fulfilled their life purpose. For example, newspapers. Once you read them, you don't need them anymore. Put them in the recycling bin. Pizza boxes, yogurt containers, magazines, all the same things. All those things that, seem to clutter up your house on an ongoing everyday basis, they don't allow that to clutter their existence. They recycle them or discard of them immediately, like right now. Organized people have this little ticker in their brain that just keeps going, do it now, do it now, do it now, do it now. So when you're reprogramming your brain to become a more organized person, say to yourself, okay, I am now an organized person and I am going to do it now. It's just like Nike says, right? Just do it. Just keep replaying those things over in your brain. Secret number 3, that would be 3 of highly organized people. They keep like items with like items. which makes perfect sense, right? Keep your craft stuff with your craft stuff and your sports stuff with your sports stuff and all your photos all together and your receipts and your bills and your statements all together in one place. What does that do for you? Well, two things. It reduces the time that it takes to hunt through the whole entire house to find what you need because you know it's all together in one place. And it increases the likelihood of your family or yourself returning those items to its rightful place once they're done with it. Which brings me on to point number 4 of highly organized people. They create designated homes for everything. So they take their like items, group them together, do a quick little purge, and then they'll know what kind of space they're going to need to designate for those things, whether it's a cupboard or a shelf or a drawer or a storage container. They will create the home for it. Now, when you're designating homes, make sure that you designate intelligent homes for things. For example, laundry hampers. A lot of parents put their child's laundry hamper in the bathroom or down the hall or in another bedroom, and they wonder why the clothes don't end up there. Well, try putting the laundry hamper in the child's bedroom. There's a greater likelihood of things being returned back there, especially if you enforce that properly. And if you want to put a secondary hamper in the bathroom, well, go nuts. It all depends on your child. So designate intelligent spaces for things. Once you've designated a home for things, I highly recommend that you label them. Any storage container or box it's an absolute necessity to label that thing. Invest in a labeler. It will be one of the best purchases that you buy, especially if you and your family are just newly embarking on this new organized way of living. If you don't want to get a labeler, then masking tape and a Sharpie marker just works just as fine. It just doesn't look quite as nice. A good utilization of labels would be in a child's bedroom closet. Once you group like items with like items and you have the pants all together and shirts all together and the dresses all together, then you label those spaces and label the drawers as well. That way, when you have a child or a nanny or a housekeeper, if you're so lucky, that does laundry, then they know where everything will go. It'll just keep you organized that much better. So you've designated the homes for things and you've labeled them. Secret number 5 of highly organized people is they have the discipline to make the time or find the time to do what they've got to do to get organized and to stay organized. And not only that, they have the discipline to enforce the new organizational rules of the household. Now, when your child leaves something where it's not supposed to go, do not move them. Do not pick them up for your child. Unless your child's young enough and they're physically incapable of moving their toys or they don't quite understand where things belong, then by all means you're going to have to do that. But until your child or when your child reaches the age that they can do these things themselves, they're capable and they're aware, then as far as I'm concerned, your job as Molly housekeeper was relinquished at that point. If your family can do it for them, for themselves, do not do it for them. Call your child from wherever they are in the house and have them move their things immediately. And that enforcement takes a lot of energy from you, but not as much energy if you're running around cleaning up the whole entire house all by yourself. So don't give them any wiggle room. Get on top of things. Don't let anything slide. As soon as you let something slide, well, your child or your family member is going to repeat the bad behavior once again. Remember that saying, praise the behavior that you wish to see repeated. All right, so on that note, I hope that you've gathered something from this video. I hope it's been a little helpful for you. In our following videos, we'll be talking about purging children's rooms, organizational techniques for different rooms and organizational systems that you might want to employ, as well as conversations that you can have with your family that will really help out in this process. So I do hope you watch the future videos. So thanks for watching and good luck.